This is Doxy Mom, and welcome back to my channel. If you haven't done so already, I greatly appreciate if you hit that little red subscribe button on YouTube and hit the green subscribe button on Rumble. And if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Well, Miss Cindy and I, we're here to bring you the news in 15 minutes or less. So let's get started. First, I want to say Merry Christmas, everyone. It's just a few short days away. I hope everybody's ready and hope everyone does have a wonderful Christmas. And let me get my little Christmas dog back up here. My goodness, he has turned over a little bit, but I do really wish each and every one of my wonderful subscribers a very, very Merry Christmas. And remember the reason for this season. We are celebrating Jesus Christ's birthday. All right, I need Kathy and Laurie to please email me. I'm sure you ladies understand why I'm saying that. And let's get started by talking about this stimulus bill, guys. I first want to read to you an article from the Gateway Pundit. It's just short. It says, Democrats' stimulus bill gives $600 to suffering Americans, but sends more than $2 billion to Africa and Asia. House Speaker Nancy Pelosi doesn't care about the middle-class Americans who are suffering because of authoritarian COVID lockdown orders. After months of stonewalling and playing politics, Pelosi finally agreed to a COVID relief bill that is expected to pass today. And it did pass, guys. Congress finally agreed to hand out a $600 check to every American after they ruined the economy and millions of lives. The COVID stimulus bill is so big that it had to be wheeled across the halls of Congress. Now, it goes on to say lawmakers aren't even reading the bill before voting on nearly $1 trillion of spending. Americans are only getting $600. So where's the rest of the money going? $135 million to Burma, $85.5 million to Cambodia, $1.4 billion for Asia Reassurance Initiative Act, whatever that is, $130 million to Nepal, $700 million to Sudan, $250 million in Palestinian aid, and $25 million for gender programs in Pakistan. Guys, this is insane. Another $40 million was set aside for the Kennedy Center. President Trump in October said he would sign a stand-alone bill for $1,200 stimulus checks, but lawmakers refused to work with him, and now we know why. And guys, they had 6 hours to read a 5,593-page bill that is including a $2.3 trillion spending plan. Now, guys, I'd love for President Trump to veto this, but you know what the mainstream media is going to say about that. Oh, he doesn't want people to get their money. Well, he wanted us all to get $1,200 a piece, but of course they, threw that out. Now, here's a few tweets about this. It says, Mark Wayne Mullen tweeted, "We just got the text for the $2.3 trillion spending bill we are voting on in about 6 hours, and at 5,593 pages, it's the second largest bill in U.S. history." The Last Refuge says, "There's no way any congressional rep can read this monstrosity before voting today." Insane. 5,600 pages, and McConnell wants a vote by a unanimous consent. Pelosi in 2009 said, "We have to pass the bill to find out what's in it." Pelosi in 2020, here's 5,600 pages of pork. Go vote. Guys, I'm telling you, this is bad. Carrot says, "Tear up that shameful package." And then Tom Fenton's got a tweet on here about hydroxychloroquine, but if I'm on YouTube, I can't talk about it. Y'all just have to go over to my Twitter. I'll link it. And then Carrie Kellerman says, "We must get this election right, Mark," and she's referring to Mark Meadows, which we'll talk about here in a minute. "This is the hill to die on. Trump understands what is at stake here, and I hope you do too. Fight with and for our president." I hope he is, guys, but like I said, we'll talk about it here in a minute. Chris Daughtery said, "Veto the $600 stimulus and let everyone know why. American money should stay in America, not foreign governments, and I could not agree any more with you, Chris. And then Major Patriot, I'd gladly give up my $600 if Donald Trump would take that bill and shred it like they did other things we can't talk about. Nick Adams says the stimulus bill is a joke. And Alex Saliva said senators who voted against the COVID relief package, it was a 92-6 vote, but the people who voted against it were Marsha Blackburn of Tennessee, Rand Paul of Kentucky, Rick Scott of Florida, Ron Johnson of Wisconsin, Mike Lee of Utah, and Ted Cruz of Texas. And Mr. Ant says 6 patriots in a house full of snakes and thieves. Well, that pretty much sums it all up, doesn't it? Well, guys, what can we do? We can pray. Please continue to pray for President Trump, his family, our military, their family, 17 in the team, and all those fighting for our country and our world. Now, Devin Nunes, he went on Sunday Morning Futures, and there is an article, a short article I want to read to you in Breitbart. It says, during an appearance on Fox News Channel's Sunday Morning Futures this week, Representative Devin Nunes said the ranking member on the House Intelligence Committee explained how text messages from disgraced FBI agent Peter Strzok revealed the FBI did not open an investigation because of actions of then campaign association George Papadopoulos. Papadopoulos was used as justification for the FBI's counterintelligence investigations relating to Trump-Russia connections known as Crossfire Hurricane. According to Nunes, Papadopoulos was a phony target which was not revealed in testimony to Congress. Look, I think overall here, these are kind of the text messages that we have all been waiting for, that we knew probably existed, that give the hard evidence that our investigation really needed several years ago, Nunes said. So, I have made the statement on your show and many others publicly over the last few years that we know the FBI was lying to Congress because we knew that they did not open this investigation because of Papadopoulos. And then they opened it on July 31st. That was always nonsense. There was plenty of evidence of that. And here we have a text message that was clearly relevant to our investigation, then that they hid from us, he continued. And look, I would also say it's now clear that Papadopoulos was so mistreated. It's just so unbelievable. I mean, they're actually the FBI and DOJ in this country ought to be ashamed of themselves, mocking a target that they knew was a phony target. They're making fun of Papadopoulos. This is really, really bad, and somebody needs to pay a price for it. Well, guys, of course, we all knew this already. And yes, they need to go to jail. Of course, this country right now, we're all focusing on the stimulus package and COVID and the election. However, true patriots have not forgotten nor will ever forget what the Dems and these dirty intelligence agents did to our poor president, did to George Papadopoulos, to Carter Page, and others. However, don't worry, these traitors will pay. Guys, there are 222,450 federally sealed indictments, probably more than that right now because they only update the numbers at the beginning of each month. So coming up 1st of January, there'll be new numbers. But guys, I just pray that these people will soon be prosecuted because this needs to be the last Christmas that these criminals get to celebrate as free men and women. Now, guys, next, Patrick Byrne. He's the former CEO of Overstock. I've talked about him before. He attended a meeting at the White House with Sidney Powell, General Flynn, Trump's chief of staff, and North Carolina's former Congressman Mark Meadows, and several White House lawyers, including Pat Cipollone, I probably mispronounced his name, lawyer Eric, and lawyer Derek. Now, Patrick Byrne posted pictures of the White House to prove he was there, and the meeting lasted for 4.5 powers. Now, Burns said that claims of martial law are 100% fabricated, and like I said in an earlier video, I didn't think President Trump would do that. That might be a deep state head fake, and I think it was. He goes on to say that President Trump is being lied to by his own advisors, and that Mark Meadows, along with the lawyers Pat, Eric, and Derek, they're advising President Trump to concede. Now, the lawyer, Pat, whose last name I couldn't pronounce, he is leaking to the New York Times, according to Patrick Byrne. And guys, we all thought that Mark Meadows was one of the good guys. And, you know, maybe he is. I don't know. Now, Patrick Byrne said that President Trump's staff are trying to convince him to do nothing and accept defeat, and it broke Byrne's heart to see what our poor president is going through. President Trump truly believes he won, and his staff is bending over backwards to come up with reasons to tell him he can't do anything, even though Sidney Powell has a plan. Now, Byrne says he needs to fire them all, and guys, you know, he needs to fire these lawyers for sure. Now, is this another deep state head fake? Is Patrick Byrne lying? The Epoch Times is reporting that Mark Meadows is telling President Trump and others to fight. So, guys, I don't know. I'm going to leave a link in the pinned comment below, and I really encourage you to go over, read that article for yourself, and let me know what you think in the comments, because right now I just really don't know what to believe. And I'm going to leave you with Luke chapter 6, verses 20 through 23 that say, "Blessed are you who are poor, for yours is the kingdom of God. Blessed are you who hunger now, for you will be satisfied. Blessed are you who weep now, for you will laugh. Blessed are you when people hate you, when they exclude you and insult you, and then reject your name as evil because of the Son of Man. Rejoice in that day and leap for joy, because great is your reward in heaven." Well, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Thank you so much for tuning in. Until next time, this is Doxy Mom, and God bless you all.